It really was, Jen, especially as the prosecutors read aloud the gruesome details of the case from back in May of 2020 when Peter Manfredonia went on a crime spree. Now, last week, Manfredonia pleaded guilty to the first half of that spree, and today he pled guilty to the rest of the charges in this case.
How do you plead, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
26-year-old Peter Manfredonia pleading guilty to the murder of his childhood friend, Nick Isley, and the kidnapping of Isley's girlfriend. Prosecutors say Manfredonia forced her to drive him to New Jersey with a gun in his hand after he killed her boyfriend. She watched in court on Thursday as Manfredonia stood in front of the judge.
It's a very difficult circumstance. She's a very brave young lady. Very brave.
The incident all began on the morning of May 22nd in 2020. Prosecutors say Manfredonia killed 62-year-old Theodore DeMers in Willington, Connecticut, assaulted another man and kept him hostage for 24 hours before stealing his truck, cash, 2 firearms, and ammunition. The next day, he drove to Roosevelt Drive in Derby, where Isley and his girlfriend lived.
That time he engaged in an argument and a scuffle with Nicholas, who yelled to Shannon to please call 911. It was Peter Manfredonia. When Shannon begged the defendant to call for help, he replied, "No, he's dead. I shot him in the head."
For the next 7 hours, Manfredonia forced her to drive to New Jersey. Eventually, a Good Samaritan helped her get back to Connecticut, and Manfredonia was arrested in Maryland on May 27th. The Isley family declining to speak as they walked out of the courtroom. As for Manfredonia, when asked if he's remorseful, his attorney says this.
Absolutely.
Michael Dolan also saying Manfredonia was struggling with his mental health at the time of the incident.
I like to think, but for this pandemic, he would have gotten the treatment that was necessary, and this all could have been avoided.
Now, this plea deal, we're told, comes with a 55-year sentence. We're also told that that will run concurrently to the sentence related to the other charges that Manfredonia pled guilty to last week. Now, his attorney tells us that they considered other defenses here. We'll tell you all about that coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live in Milford. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.